Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Fuel Jetstream Media IndyCar Series. We'll be live here, and well, we are live, but we'll be with your picture in just a few moments. But we are here for the Richmond Twin 80s, essentially. 280 lap races here for the night, so it's going to be quite interesting to see what comes of that. As per usual, this is the Racing Line Broadcasting Network here, bringing you this action as per usual. Thank you all for joining. This is going to be a quite interesting night. So qualifying is currently underway, and the lap times are pretty interesting, actually. Once I pull up the timing screen here, about 15 and a half seconds around this racetrack. So it's going to be a quick 280 lap races here for the night, and I'm actually quite interested to see what plays of this, because personally I have never seen any Dallara Indy cars here at Richmond. So this could only go one of two ways. One of which could be quite interesting. The second, absolute horror, mainly. Hopefully the first one. Hopefully the exciting one. Because this past Monday here on the Racing Line Broadcasting Network with a different league, they raced with I believe the Cup cars for that race. As the Red Light Scrambler series as well. So that was pretty interesting to see. Only about 4 or 5 cautions for that race. Very long green flag runs, some green flag pit stops as well. Although I don't believe we will be seeing said green flag pit stops for this race. Other than that, though, I'm heavily looking forward to this, and I believe we should be going to the grid here in just a few moments' time, just about a minute remaining here in qualifying. So thank you all for joining as per usual. Thank you all for joining once again, I should say. As per usual, I am the lone guy in the booth, as per usual. Gary Weaver doing the commentary and camera work both at the same time. So, nothing different. As you can hear, some drivers just sitting in pit road, revving their engines, just not doing much, per se. But we do have about a minute less, or just a... Goodness, if I could talk English for a few seconds, we do have almost a minute remaining here in qualifying for this race. Alright, apologies for the silence, just making a quick social media post here about the race. Any day now, there we go. So, it should, at least the, here's the plan for tonight, actually. So for tonight, we're going to go, I believe, live with the secondary race in pretty much less than 2 hours at this point. So from 2 hours on top of the hour. So 11 p.m. Eastern time is when the second race will start. I'm reading that way incorrect. Hold on a second. Am I reading that incorrectly? I feel like I'm reading that incorrectly. No, actually, in 2 hours, yeah, 11 p.m. Eastern time. 8, 9, 10, 11, yeah. Huh. For some reason that's in my time zone. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Void that. Or disregard. Wrong time. That's the server time. Actually, the secondary race will go up just after this one is over. So apologies for that. I forgot how to tell which time was which for some strange reason. But we will be going over your starting grid here right now, starting on the front row. Not sure why we have a heat race, but either way, I believe. Oh wait, no, now I get it. Okay, never mind. I think I get this now. So starting on the front row is going to be Matt Hollabaugh. Mitch Welker starts in the second place position. Third place will be the 82 of Ryan Kish. Danny Roberts starts in third place. Rounding out fourth place will be Danny Roberts, and rounding out the top 5 is going to be the one, the only, number 20, Will Roberts. Byron Daly starts in 6th. 7th place will be Caden Bommersbach. Still mispronouncing that. 8th place is going to be Zachary Buchanan. 9th place, Don Runkle Jr., and rounding out the top 10 is Cohen Evans. It's 28 car field here for tonight. Chris Seidenfaden starts in 11th. 12th place, Brendan Minto. 13th, going to be Jack Endrick. 14th, as per usual, Michael S. Schlegel, goodness. It is, he told me how to pronounce it. I just go for Michael S. It's easier that way for everybody. Chad Frankenfield runs out your top 15. Evan Adams starts 16th. 17th, Brian Greenlee. 18th is going to be Matthew Warner. Marshall Stanley starts 19th, and rounding at the top 20 is Michael P. Hurley. Luckily, at this track, we have 2 pace laps, so I do not have to panic. John McIllen starts 21st. 22nd going to be Cade McKee. 23rd is John Martin. 24th going to be Andrew Hewson. 25th is Nick Cohan. 26th will be Travis McQuiston. 27th, Chris Matthews. And 28th is going to be John Wilco. Rounding out your 29 in car field here tonight is the 88 of Tyler Dolger, with no lap time in sight. Space car comes across the start-finish line for the second lap, or the second pace lap. Just going to make a quick check here really quickly to verify. Okay, yep. So we will, 5-minute break in between. All right, so we'll take those 5 minutes as an actual, as an actual break. As I was just verifying to make sure that the air quote heat race is the actual first race, which is this one that we are seeing right here in just a few moments' time. Pace car about to pull off and put the field in control of the O2. Matt Hollabaugh spins out, and already as we start, Mitch Welker gets collected. The caution is out. There's more contact as well. So it's a 4-car incident right off the start. I believe that's Matthew Warner. I can't tell. I get a confirmation on that. That car right there is actually Brian Greenlee, and that is Michael P. Hurley. There's another driver that was stopped as well. So, unfortunately, we did not even make it off turn number 4. It's Matt Hollabaugh floored it, essentially, and then just ended up right in the nose of Mitch Welker. That start just did not go well whatsoever for anybody. That was Matthew Warner, Brian Greenlee, Matt Hollabaugh, Mitch Welker. Michael P. Hurley came up on the end of that. He was not directly involved in the accident. He did not make any contact with any other drivers. Speaking of drivers, their paint schemes are just now deciding to load in by trading paints, but replay coming up here. So Matt Hollabaugh loses a lot of traction, and then there was a little bit more contact somewhere. There it is. And not sure, that was Matthew Warner right there. There's someone else that was parked up against the wall. I believe it was Warner, actually. It was. Yep. So we're getting an onboard shot from Matthew Warner. Oh, there's more contact between a couple other drivers. Oh, no. Oh, no. Was Greenlee trying to sneak through there? That wasn't the best idea. Well, we're going to find out. I wonder if it was Greenlee that actually made contact, because the field checked up in front of him. Oh, it was. Oh, man, that was... Oh, no. That was not the best idea from a driver's standpoint at all. From a driver's view, that is the worst idea. Actually, we're not going back live. I'm going to correct that really quickly. And we get an onboard shot from Matt Hollabaugh to see what happened here. We can see what his gearing is. So let's take a look here. As 19th on back is in pit road. Yeah, he just floored it essentially. Man. And yeah, he hit the throttle to the point where the car just had no grip whatsoever. And unfortunately for Mitch Walker, he was very heavily involved in that. Oh, man. Yeah, that is... Unfortunately... That's not the end of Mitch Walker's race. But I don't believe... He's all the way back in 23rd at the moment. So, unfortunately, not the best start here at Richmond for the first of two 80-lap races. And I was hoping for a interesting green flag run right at the start, but that just unfortunately didn't happen. I mean, it does. I mean, it's kind of understandable, but it's going to be drivers will have to be very careful in terms of, accelerating on the restart. So, second gear preferably. First gear, not exactly worth it. As we are one lap to green, single file early on. So pace car will be putting the field in control of Ryan Kish in the 82 as it pulls off the racetrack. So 75 lap race now at this point as we are under green for sure. Why is the field not going green? It's not just an iRacing issue, I don't believe. I believe it's also a noun game called green. That is very strange here. Just going to double check that I'm live. I am. That was just a very late call. That was a very late call by iRacing. I'm not sure what had happened there. So some drivers may have gotten disqualified, or at least a black flag, I should say. But nonetheless, though, Zachary Buchanan on the inside gets by Don Runkle Jr. for the top 5 as Double O of Runkle Jr. looks to the inside a little bit early on. Not going to be the case for the moment, however. As right now, Denny Roberts chases down Ryan Kish, driver heading to pit road. That is the 25 of Marshall Stanley. Meanwhile, Ryan Kish, Denny Roberts, positions 1 and 2. Denny Roberts in the Ferrari leg paint scheme, I believe, referencing Formula 1. I believe that actually is. I see a Shell logo on the side, that's all I know. We're going to give a little bit of TV time to some of the drivers mid-pack here, if we can. Matt Hollabaugh still getting repairs, and he has been for a majority of this race. Looks like there's a little bit of a pass from the top 10, actually from the top 9. I believe Chen Frankenfield had gotten by Michael S., and look at Michael diving all the way down to the inside, trying to stick with the 15 at the start-finish line. It will be Michael S. I get a confirmation on that, possibly on the ticker if it scrolls around quickly enough. But look at how far Michael is on the inside lane. That's going to be Jack Endrick getting by on the outside. It was Frankenfield last time around. And not exactly what's going on with the playback. If there is any problem with the stream, let me know. The playback button or the playback on this side is not appearing. As we have a caution on the racetrack, someone has flipped over the wall. The smoke is, I think someone flipped over the backstretch wall. Not sure who it was. We will get a confirmation. No, that's just where the smoke went. It was Evan Adams off turn at number 2. And And did they get tagged is my question. That is John McKeown. And I believe Evan Adams had retired early on. I'll find out. May have been an acceleration issue on board John McKeown. Yeah, it was acceleration, unfortunately. And coming over the proverbial radio, essentially, is Evan saying that, yeah, he did get a slow acceleration off the corner. So, no fault of John McKeown. So, second caution here. Okay, not sure why the first page does not show for its full amount of time. That will be fixed during the warm-up / 5-minute break that we will have later on. And it looks like, oh, no, I was about to say, it looks like some drivers are headed to pit road a little bit late. And then I saw the driver that was passing around. So lights will remain on this time around. Next time by, it should be lights out. So apologies for the silence. Not much to talk about early on. Not exactly 100% sure. I was not specifically told whether or not that this was a double points. Okay, who forgot to turn out the lights? Someone forgot to turn out the lights, apparently. I don't believe this is a double points race. This should still be a regular points race. I'm not 100% sure as of right now, but in terms of something interesting, looks like Irison had scanned a modified car earlier on. Good double check this. When was this posted? Looks like Irison had scanned another race car here, another modified. That was actually yesterday. That's quite interesting. I wonder what Irison has planned here, but looks like it could be a new modified. I may be incorrect, but in Irison's photo, they did show a what looks to be laser scan data, like completed laser scan data of the car that they've scanned. So it looks like that could be coming in another build. Along, I'm guessing, I'm speculating here. It looks like with the Lucas Oil trucks, both races are 1x points. Thank you, Matt. Wait, no, not Matt. Yeah, no, Matt. I forgot names for a second. And yes, thanks to Matt over in the chat. No one likes a rhymer. Pace car about to pulled off once again. Ryan Kish in control of the field. Will Roberts directly behind him. Byron Daly third, ready to strike. And it looks like it's going to be Ryan Kish getting shuffled back, unfortunately, into third place on that restart. Heavily, or very quickly. That's going to be Zachary Buchanan in line to get into the top three if he gets that run on the outside lane. So far, he hasn't. Oh, man. Nearly slapped the outside wall there off turn number 2. How he saved that, I have absolutely no idea. You hear some of the drivers downshifting. We'll right on board. Take a look at the bottom of the screen. And you're probably wondering, well, why is Zachary Buchanan upshifting? The reason for that is he's in the draft, and, well, now the one time I say that, oh, he got in the apron, look at that. Things like that you never notice. You never notice the small wheel movements that some of these drivers get. Let's take a look at Will Roberts. Yeah, you see, he is not in the draft. He's ranking 5th and 4th as compared to Zachary Buchanan, who is in the draft. A few laps ago, at least, he was ranking 5th and 6th. And there it goes, back to 6th gear. Now it's downshifting to 4th, trying to get just a little more grip. So it's first place, Will Roberts. Second place going to be the 06 of Byron Daly. Third place, Ryan Kish. Zachary Buchanan 4th, and rounding out the top 5 right now is Don Runkle Jr. Chris Seidenfeld, however, may have something else to say about that as he moves down to the inside. Runkle moves to the middle lane. I don't think he'll be doing anything about it for the time being. Yeah, he doesn't have the momentum. Cohen Evans in 7th, as look at Runkle taking the very defensive line. And that's not going to work, although the caution is out. So that could have saved him, but it's Travis McQuiston on the back straightaway. It looks like he's made contact with the 7 of John McKeown. And, oh man. Not sure if there's just a miscommunication or something else. Take another look here in just a couple of moments. Not sure if the 7 drifted up or the 93 was running too high of a line there on the racetrack. Oh no, that was, oh man, yeah, that was just a usual racing deal by the looks of that. And then the camera just instantly goes out. Somehow survives, I believe, but either way. As we are back live, Zachary Buchanan currently in pit road. Just the same as Brendan Minto, Jack Andrick, Michael S., John McKeown, Andrew Hewson, multiple drivers the back half of the field. Once again, so your top 7 are the only drivers that have yet to really make a solid pit stop on the racetrack. If someone could tell Will to stop bump drafting the pace car, that would be absolutely wonderful. It's not like we need the pace car to continue driving around the racetrack or anything. Nah. I mean, he could pull I mean, if the pace car was solid, he could pull a Tony Stewart and essentially bump draft it, but nah. So you can see what the track looks like here from this angle, and a little bit of the sunset as well. Not the entire thing, but just a portion of the sunset on the left-hand side here. As apparently on YouTube's end, errors are continuously occurring. I have no comment on that, as I am doing absolutely fine over here on this end. So, not sure what YouTube is going on about, but nonetheless, lights on the pace car will remain on for the time being. Oh, apologies for that. So lights on the pace car should be out this time around, and we will have under 50 laps to go. I believe 46 laps to go when we take the green. So lights are out. It's going to be on your restart. Will Roberts, Byron Daly, Ryan Kish, Don Runkle Jr., and Chris Seidenfaden starting in your top 5, top 6th through 10th. Colin Evans, Chad Frankenfield, Mitch Welker, Michael P. Hurley, and Caden Bommersbach. For Mitch Welker, it's quite interesting. He still has a nose on the car, apparently. It's not sure if it's from a faster pair or not. I don't believe it is. I believe it's just through luck, actually. But nonetheless, the pace car pulls off the racetrack, and we will be green here once again at Richmond as Byron Daly and Will Roberts both get a great start. Daly already down to the inside as they head down into turns 1 and 2. It will be, no, never mind, it was going to be Byron Daly off the corner. Right now it's going to be Will Roberts escaping with the lead there off turn at number 4. Byron Daly second. Third place, scratch that battle for 4th. 5th place is going to be Colin Evans and Chris Seidenfaden. Oh, Evans got a little bit loose there. Directly behind him is Chad Frankenfield. Oh, someone got in the wall. That is Seidenfaden. 3 wide for position number 5. Evans immediately backs out. His own safe zone of side by side with Welker. It's battle just in front of them. It continues for 5th between Frankenfield and Seidenfaden. I would not be surprised if Seidenfaden had a little bit of damage on the right side, or maybe a little bit of steering or suspension damage. Like at Welker down to the, actually no, look at Franken. Who is that? Actually on the inside. Apologies for that. I seem to have forgotten drivers here. That is Welker on the inside. That was correct initially. This is trying to get down into the inside. Not sure who that is, actually. I believe that's a lap car. And it is, actually. That lap car is actually Houston. Not sure what Houston is taking at least the top side of the very far middle lane, but multiple drivers going to pit road now. Chris Seidenfaden could be heading these drivers down into pit road, and it will be a halfway stop essentially here. Or maybe not, actually. Zachary Buchanan already in pit road. I wonder, I believe he may have spun out entering pit road, or did he run out of fuel? Let's take a look. Roll bar camera is active here for his replay. I got the outside wall. I believe he just decided to retire that race car as he tagged the outside wall off the corner. He's not in his vehicle anymore. So maybe waiting towards race number 2 as we are back live. And the caution is out. There's Michael P. Hurley flipping over. Zachary Buchanan is not involved, but it's Hurley, Wilco, nope, just Michael P. Hurley and another driver that was at the top. It could have been Houston. I may be incorrect on that. No, it actually is Houston. About 3 oh my goodness. Well, there's a good thing there's a catch fence there, but that's not going to do much for the actual car itself. Not sure what exactly had happened here. But we will get a camera angle here. Let's see. Andrew Houston, the first driver in line on the top side of the black and gold car. We'll find out. Maybe just misjudgment of time for sure. Got loosened up, and then Hurley was there at the last second. That was Chris Matthews. Whoops. That was Chris Matthews that got into the back. Actually, no, correction. That may have been Tyler Dolger that has gotten into the back of Andrew Houston. Yeah, it's just a misjudgment of time there. Man. Well, multiple drivers are in pit road, but it's still not the majority of your top 7, as they will remain outside of pit road for the time being. So we are under caution for the 4th time here tonight. Just as we have passed halfway, 35 laps to go. Next time by at the start-finish line. So 45 laps to go should be, I'm assuming, the one to go signal next time by. So lights are out, and we'll be going green here in just a few moments' time. We have these caution laps last almost a minute. Thanks for sticking through this. We will not be ending the broadcast after this, as we again have one more race just after a 5-minute break. So, Will Roberts in control of the field. We'll, for interviews, we actually interview the, at least just the race winner of both races, because we wouldn't really have the time to interview all 6 people in the top 3, as Byron Daly already again gets down to the inside lane on this restart. I was way off with the 40. Apologies for that. I forgot. Oh, Will Roberts, he saw that. He bounced off the outside wall. Somehow he's still in the lead. Ryan Kish trying to hold off Chad Frankenfield on the inside, and, well, never mind. There goes Frankenfield. Down to the inside. Don Runkle Jr. may be next. No, it's going to be Kish with the crossover attempt, but it's not going to work. Welker and Runkle side by side for position number 5 here. Remember, top 12 drivers on the race get points. Look how close they are on the back straightaway. That was actually a perfect camera angle right there. Saw how many times that Welker was trying to stay off of Don Runkle Jr. there. And will we see it again? No, but they are, oh man, Don Runkle. Hang on to it. 30 laps to go, 29 laps to go, I'm sorry, at the start-finish line here, 28. Next time the leaders cross it. As now it's going to be Nick Cohan. We haven't seen him in a while. He was on a vacation last time I remember. Michael S. inside the lane trying to get by Cohen Evans here for position number 8. Way down the back straightaway, giving a lot of space, but unfortunately it's going to give Kyton the outside lane all the way into the top 10, which means Michael S. falls outside the top 10, 3 wide as well. And John McKeown becomes successful with that. Jack Endrick, 11th place, 12th place is going to be Michael S. So Michael had dropped a terrible number of positions, unfortunately for him. And dropped a very large amount of positions. Look at Cohan down to the inside, trying to get by Don Runkle Jr. for 6th place, and just behind them is Cohen Evans and Kyton Bommersbach. Right now, still remaining side by side as Kyton goes around with the 7 of McKeown, and they go in front twice, 3 times. Multiple drivers involved. Oh, the heartbreak. Oh, this driver is that Chris Matthews. He's another one involved just at the last second. He tried to brake as much as possible, but that just was not the case. We'll figure out what happened here off of turn number 4 on board the number 7. Now again, it was just momentum difference again. So we know for sure that was John McKeown and... his name slipped my mind, unfortunately. John McKeown and Kyle Bommersbach. And another driver that was involved was Jack Enderick, as well as another driver here, if we can get the name of him really quick. Chris Matthews, I believe. I'm going to get a confirmation on that. Yes, it was Chris Matthews. And unfortunately for Enderick, he was right there just at the wrong moment. It's always the overcorrect. Not once, but twice, unfortunately. And again, on board here with Chris Matthews, who had driven into this at the last second. Man, he did all he could. Great reaction time, nonetheless. There was just nothing that he could do about that, unfortunately. So now it's only just a few drivers that have yet to pit, but I believe they can all make it on one, just one tank of everything. One set of tires, one tank of fuel. As we have only 6 drivers, I believe, that have not went to pit road. That is correct, actually. 6 drivers have not went to pit road to take a pit stop, let alone pass through it. That being your top 4, Will Roberts, Byron Daly, Chad Frankenfield, Ryan Kish. Don Runkle Jr. has not went to pit road. He's in 6th, and that's the same with Cohen Evans, who is in 8th. So we've seen Byron Daly get the best of Will Roberts on the restart, but only for a short amount of time. So we'll see if that can be capitalized on here on this restart, as we should begin the one-to-go signal with 20 laps to go next time by. And we'll wait to find out for sure as we watch lights here on the top of the pace car. So we're going to go for a quick loss of picture here, not a commercial break, just a loss of picture. So do not panic, please. Thank you. Everything is fine. So lights on the pace car are out. I thought I'd switch that over, apparently. I did not. Matt Hollabaugh being the fun guy in chat, or should I say Will 2.0. Yeah, I kind of realized that. Unfortunately, well, at least nothing popped up on the monitor that this is being shown on. So, Matt Hollabaugh being the, not exactly the air quote class clown, just more of the fun guy, I guess, over in chat. Will Roberts takes the restart here. We'll see what Byron Daly can do. He's always stuck with Will Roberts on this restart. We'll see as the lights come on here at Richmond. And Will Roberts moves down to the inside, giving Daly the outside lane. 19 laps to go, and Daly still cannot get an advantage here on Will Roberts. You know who can get an advantage on Will Roberts, though, is Chad Frankenfield, as he just got by Byron Daly here off turn number 4. This is going to be quite interesting here, as down the back straightaway, Mitch Welker, actually known as Cohen Evans and Don Runkle Jr., who are side by side. They make contact. That's Junior. More contact. I believe that's Tyler Dolger. Oh, he just got nailed by what I think is the 9 of Jack Enderick. Again, he is involved in another wreck. Jack Enderick is not getting the best of nights here so far. This is only the first of 2 80-lap races as well. Again, onboard shot from his vehicle here. Or so I thought, as apparently I had forgotten how to... There we go. Oh, there's just at the last second. Try this a second time here. A little bit more room. I've apparently forgotten how to use the proper software. Comes off the corner. Man, again, with the movement, he just does not expect the speed or where someone else is going to go. He sees it, but he just doesn't have the reaction time. Well, he does have the reaction time. He just doesn't have the exact same reaction time as everyone else. That doesn't make it sound any better. Oh, man. Oh, man. What I'm trying to say is that Jack Endrick, as we ride on board Talladega there for that incident. Oh, jeez. As we rode on board, Jack Endrick has great reaction time. What I'm saying is he's just highly unfortunate. That's basically it, actually. He's just very unfortunate. He's getting the worst of the accidents here tonight. Oh, man, I know who that was. I think it was Colin Evans. Just slid up. There's Jack Endrick, and you can barely see Talladega taking a very quick spin there. Quite literally, unfortunately. So we should have a projected... right now we have projected 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. And I say projected, and I'm using that loosely because it is, again, predicted, sorry, for the final length of the race. So it's not official, as it just bumped up to 3 minutes and, nope, scratch that, well, 10 minutes for a quick second, but it just jumped up to 3 minutes 47 seconds. And for some reason on ATVO, it's also jumping for a quick moment to 10 minutes, which is quite strange. I believe that's the total amount of time left in this race, but going through the top 5 on this restart, Will Roberts, Chad Frankenfield, Byron Daly, Ryan Kish, and somehow Mitch Walker. How he is back up here, I have absolutely no idea, as the one to go signal is not given this time by. So it should be going green with 11 laps to go. I'm surprised Mitch Walker's back up here in the top 5. Remember, he started second at the very start of this race. And, well, unfortunately, after Matt Hollabod spun his tires and just somehow did a right turn into the front of Mitch Walker, that happened. So, Mitch Walker pretty much had a damaged nose, and, well, right now, Walker's back up in the top 5. The lights are out this time around, I am hoping, as they do go out. 11 laps here remain for the first of 2 races. Once again, the 5-minute break will be coming up here in just a few moments after this race, and then we'll start the second 80-lap race here in just a few moments' time, or just after the 5-minute break is over, as Will Roberts powers away second place. Chad Frankenfield, look at that. Chad Frankenfield taking the defensive line against Byron Daly on the restart. Down the back straightaway they go already. 10 laps to go this time by. We'll figure out if Daly does have the momentum or Frankenfield has the momentum, but for the time being, it's Will Roberts in the lead. I think he's actually breaking away from Frankenfield in second place as well. 0.5 seconds, 0.6 seconds now separates them. Will Roberts is just going on strong here. As now Frankenfield has left Byron Daly behind. So unfortunately, may have not meant to be for Byron Daly. Ryan Kish in 4th, 5th place. Mitch Walker, who is under attack by Nick Cohan on the top side off turn number 2. They make a little bit of contact, leaving about 1.5 feet of space between each other. And they still have not left each other's sides on this racetrack, as they remain side by side. Cohan trying to squeeze down Walker, gets by for the top 5 position here. So Will Roberts has led over half of this race. He's doing a wonderful job so far at staying in the lead. And at this point, and at this point on, 5 laps to go or less. If the caution comes out, the race is over and it will end under yellow. That's not the end of the broadcast itself, however. A little bit of an update on our broadcasting schedule as well. Next week, Chicagoland will be skipped on our broadcast. It is still being raced, but we've not broadcast it due to timing. However, the week after that, April 11th, not 10th, the April 11th, it's going to be the 2025 race at the Long Beach Street Circuit. That's going to be quite interesting to see what happens there. Meanwhile, 2 laps to go. This time by the start-finish line for the 20 of Will Roberts. Down the back straightaway with these near 16-second lap times. Will Roberts' last lap time was a 15.9. Everyone else is 16.1 or more. Another 15.9 is on the final lap here for the first of 2 races, as it will be Will Roberts off turn number 4, winning the first of 2 twin 80-lap races. 2nd place, Chad Frankenfield. 3rd place will be Byron Daly. I'll be getting an interview at the end of the night with at least your 2 race winners instead of your top 3, since there's potential it could be 6 drivers, and unfortunately there's no time for that. So there's going to be the warm-up session now. It's going to be a little bit of a 5-minute break. So we're going to keep the broadcast going. We'll just have the let's continue it from this camera angle as quickly as I can get this camera angle. Which is apparently not too quickly. There we go. So we're going to have this up, and we'll be back at the end of the warm-up session for your 2nd race. So the session is over, and we'll be going into your second and final twin race here for the night. Excuse me, as we have your starting grid here. It's going to be, broken apparently. I'm going to reset this very quickly. I guess apparently it's decided to just instantly break. Need to set a reset button for that. I believe your starting grid is the finishing order of the last race. So we'll see, and it looks like it will be a finishing order of the last race being the starting order of this race as well. Hopefully it kept the same information. As the field rolls off, here is your actual, hold off on that, I believe we still get the previous session, and start with that. Probably not, but either way, here is your starting grid. It's going to be Will Roberts, Chad Frankenfield, Baron Daly, Ryan Kish, Nick Cohan, Mitch Walker, Michael S. Cohen Evans, 7th and 8th. 9th and 10th going to be Caden McKee and Brendan Minto rounds out your top 10. Keaton Bommersbach starts 11th. 12th place, John Martin. 13th, Jack Endrick. 14th, John McKeown. 15th, John Wilco. My gosh. 16th, we have Chris Matthews. 17th, Don Runkle Jr. 18th, Tyler Doger. 19th, Michael P. Hurley. 20th, Chris Seidenfaden. Andrew Hewson, 21st. 22nd, Zachary Buchanan. 23rd, Travis McQuiston. 24th is Evan Adams. 25th, Danny Roberts. 26th will be Marshall Stanley. 27th, Brian Grilling. 28th is Matt Hollabaugh. And 29th will be Matthew Warner. So we will be going green here in just a few moments' time. Will Roberts, Chad Frankenfield, Byron Daly, your top 3. Finishing order of this race starts off this second race. And instantly, Nick Cohan with the same problem. And the caution will come out right away. Nick Cohan, many drivers involved. Chad for sure is not happy over on the spotter. On the spotter pack here, but way more drivers involved, and it'd be quite ironic if Matt Hollabaugh was involved in this one. Maybe a little bit of karma, but either way, just again, someone just did not get the grip on the start. Nope, it was a downshift, and then the throttle. And that just sends a huge chain reaction to everybody behind. And I just now noticed something, that the flash bulbs are actually active over here at this track. That's quite interesting. So let's see if Matt Hollabaugh was involved in this wreck. Riding on board. Nope, he got very lucky. But now that we are actually in the night, if we take a look for Matt Hollabaugh's camera angle once again, take a look at the grandstands here. It's a little bit of a feature that iRacing has added. The flash bulbs are now a thing here in iRacing, only at night, of course. I've not seen those in quite some time. So, who was the driver without the wing there on the front of their car? That's my first question. Can't be a front runner, can it? I'll find out. Let's see. Timing screen shows Don Runkle Jr. And he is currently 14th. Wait a second. John Wilco is 12th. Hold on a second. It's just me, or is the timing just a bit broken? Oh, yeah, nope, timing's a bit broken. No, everyone just got very eager to get ahead of the pace car. So here's Ryan Kish, Chad Frankenfield. Oh, this is a big scoring issue here. Oh, we're going to have to delay the caution for sure. The main start of the race, or at least the restart. Because Ryan Kish in 4th place is all the way up here. Chad Frankenfield is on the other side. So that's timing for you right there. So hopefully the race control will delay the restart here. So everyone can catch up and line up. So green flag coming in hopefully 2 laps. This is hopefully the first of 2. I'm just hoping that the restart is delayed. So we'll see what happens here. Lights are out. So will the restart be delayed is my question. Yep. Restart delayed. Thank goodness. Yeah, this is how many people have to pass in front. And this driver just in front of Will Roberts is Andrew Hewson in 20 seconds. So thankfully the restart is delayed and everyone can get around calmly without, you know, destroying their cars and everything else along with it. Getting around the pace car as well instead of going through it. So it's a very good move by race control there to throw the caution to let everyone catch up. And by race control, I mean, you know, admin race control and stuff, iRacing. So, we'll see. Should be 1 to green. Not sure if everyone's still trying to catch up, if we will get another delay. We'll take a look here. Turn 1 versus all the way in turn 3. Yeah, they'll catch up in time. So the pace car will give the field to Will Roberts. As the green flag will fly here for the number 20. Is once again in control of the field, not for the first time tonight. As earlier on he was very well much in control, and I actually believe Chad Frankenfield, yeah, he's going to go right by Byron Daly here in turns 3 and 4. No, he will not, as Will Roberts has smacked the outside wall, enough to warrant damage, but definitely loss of speed. I'm not sure about the damage, but for sure loss of speed. So that means for the first time tonight, Byron Daly is in control of the field. He's been up here all night in the first twin race, and now it's going to go for sure to Byron Daly. Chad Frankenfield inside trying to get by Roberts. He's going to try and, well, get by, but it's not going to happen. The driver directly behind is going to be Danny Roberts. They are in no way related the last time I checked. And Danny Roberts is actually a lap down, I believe, as, oh, for sure Roberts got the outside wall that time. Oh, I guess when you win one, you never go back, and that counts as a race win. This is essentially 2 races in 1 event. So it's going to be Chad Frankenfield second. Actually, Byron Daly first. Chad Frankenfield second. 3rd place, Will Roberts. Just between some of these drivers is Danny Roberts, Nick Cohan, and that's actually it. Just Roberts and Cohan. Danny Roberts and Cohan. Ryan Kish behind both of those lap cars. Mitch Walker is 5th. So the car directly behind Will Roberts is not for position. However, 2 cars behind him, and the 82 of Ryan Kish, that is for position. So we'll see if anything comes of that here. in a few moments, or a few laps time. As Ryan Kish is going to make it 3 wide, or at least he thought about it. He moved all the way down the racetrack, and Mitch Walker going to make the opportunity work. He's like, well, you know what? You're going to mess up your line. I'm just going to take that away from you and run away with it as best as possible. As they still remain side by side, remember Mitch Walker got accidentally. Wow, what a quick crossover by Kish. That's not going to be enough to get him to the inside. However, remember that the one of Mitch Walker was faced with very bad luck in the first twin race here earlier in the night, as Matt Hollabaugh had hit the gas way too easily, way too quickly, lost grip, spun the tires, and went sideways. And unfortunately, that sideways was almost directly in Mitch Walker once again, as Cohan and Danny Roberts are battling it out. Honestly, that's not the best idea. So hopefully they just let these drivers by, and yep, there goes Walker down to the inside, and not enough momentum. So remember, Cohan and Roberts are both, Cohan and Danny Roberts are both 1 lap down. There's John Martin. Matt Hollabaugh still, Chad Frankenfield still remains in second. Here's first place Byron Daly. Just taking laps by lap after lap. Ran so far to the point where that Byron Daly has caught up to some lap traffic, unfortunately. And this one directly behind him is actually Chad Frankenfield. So Frankenfield sticking with Daly through the lap traffic as much as possible. We're going to take a little bit of a break for the time being. Well, you won't miss a single thing, as we're going to be going double wide here in just a few moments' time, so you will not miss a single thing. This, as per usual, is the Racing Line Broadcasting Network. Don't go anywhere.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing. The most realistic. the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
And we are back live as the caution has immediately come out. And a huge crash in the back. Not sure what exactly happened. Someone's over on their side. What happened here is my first question. There's some type of a checkup. Somebody went way too early, apparently. I'm going to hold off on saying who for the time being. Okay, so what seems to have happened is that there was a stack up from Matthew Warner, I believe. Hold on a second. I'm going to clarify this in a second. I actually started with Cohen Evans checking out to avoid hitting the back bumper of Ryan Kish on the restart. That caused a chain reaction. Not sure why multiple drivers had started getting closer and closer, but Jack Endrick, again, more bad luck from him. It was just multiple drivers getting involved in the wreck. And now it's just a massive stack up on the back straightaway. Not sure what exactly had happened here. What happened has happened. And we are under caution for the third time in this race. So we're nearing the halfway point of this race, and top 7 have not pit for any reasons whatsoever. Some drivers still in pit road, just hoping for something, but unfortunately it's not the case. Nick Cohan being one of them, as he's been in pit road for almost 7.5 minutes after spinning out on the main start of the race. And unfortunately, it was just more and more bad luck piling on over and over again to a few people. As lights on the pace car will, oddly enough, remain on. We should get the one to go signal next time by at the start-finish line. So lights are out halfway. Excuse me. We'll be halfway next time by. 40 laps complete. 40 laps left in the race. And we'll see what Byron Daly can do now that unfortunately Will Roberts was, I believe, caught up in that on the restart. Nope, actually he's 13th. The drivers that had to pit road. So Byron Daly going to come across the start finish, come off of turn number 4. And we'll see who, we'll see what happens here off the corner. So Zachary Buchanan instantly tries to go right by Cohen Evans. And he does already in the top 5. And a caution again. John Wilco. It could have been Caden McKee. He looks pretty slow, and he may be on pit road to hold off on that. And it was Caden McKee off turn at number 2. And he got a piece of the apron, got tagged as well. So unfortunately, Caden McKee with a quick spin brings out your 4th caution of the night. So at this point in the race, we have projected by ATVO 10 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. And it's still stuck at 10 minutes, 20 seconds as we are under caution. So I believe that will be the projected time when we get to the green. So apologies for the silence at the moment. Just waiting for the caution to end here in just a few moments. Also realizing that I need to stop saying the phrase, quote, just a few moments. So lights are out this time around, and we'll be going back green with 34 laps to go at the start-finish line. Field in control by Byron Daly. Frankenfield got loose on the restart, start-finish line. Mitch Walker barely got to the inside. So that's going to cost Frankenfield that restart. So Byron Daly somehow, some way, just to pull away at the last second. With almost a quite literal second in between. Slow driver on the inside is not Zachary Buchanan, but they should be on the inside late now, I think. But that's just a personal thought, at least in the corners. But unless we get Zachary Buchanan, he's going to be moving down to the inside, side by side with Ryan Kish, Cohen Evans on the inside of Kyton Bommersbach, trying to get up to 6th place, but that's not going to happen. Same with Kish still defending that 4th place position. Buchanan, however, still all over the back bumper. That almost cost him just a little bit. Buchanan probably wanted to go for that small gap that was there, but didn't want to risk anything with the 82 of Kish. Oh man, well, riding on board with Zachary Buchanan is going to be quite interesting. Oh, he got on the apron as well. That's definitely going to slow him up just a massive amount, actually. You can see Ryan Kish speeding away as Mitch Walker was all over the back bumper of Chad Frankenfield. Right on board, Chad Frankenfield now as Walker essentially brings down the back bumper of his car. Meanwhile, Zachary Buchanan still on the back bumper of Ryan Kish. As looking through the field, there's not much. Everyone is very spread out. As Kyton is also directly behind in 6th place. Oh, sliding up again is going to be Buchanan. He's going to... I'm not going to say it. I was going to say it, but I don't want to risk the commentator's curse 101 here. Right now, back to second place. However, it was Mitch Walker who was barely on the inside. We'll get a different camera angle here instead of the same ones. It was Mitch Walker that was barely on the inside of Frankenfield. So we have essentially two battles going on at once here at Richmond with 20 laps to go. Buchanan decides to no longer wait as the caution comes out. It's Tyler Dolger once again on the back straightaway, down the back straightaway, up on his roof, and appropriately enough at the entry. Got the apron, hard shot off the corner, and I think that was Will Roberts with a big avoidance there. Unfortunately, the caution is back out once again, but that's going to group everyone up. We're going to see who restarts where here, and at this point, it could be Byron Daly, Chad Frankenfield, Mitch Walker, Ryan Kish, Zachary Buchanan in your top 5, Kyton Bommersbach, Cohen Evans, John McIon, Will Roberts, and Chris Seidenfaden for your top 10. 19 laps to go. Just waiting for the field to, or for the pace car, I should say, to pull off the field. So we're just waiting for the pace car lights to go off before we wrap this up. Again, Will Roberts, I believe we can actually, well, nope, we can't. I was about to say. Ryan on board Byron Daly as we have 15 laps to go. Chad Frankenfield second, third place, Mitch Walker, and look at this, Cohen Evans. Nope, that's actually Kyton Bommersbach. Oh, this could be interesting as Walker moves down to the inside. He could redeem himself in the first race. So there's side by side down the back straightaway. That's going to send Frankenfield up the track. At the line, he's currently in 4th. Ryan Kish gets to 3rd. Oh no, that's not going to happen as well. Oh my gosh, how did they survive that? Everyone racing so close to each other. I have no idea how they made it through that as Chad Frankenfield continues to fall back, unfortunately. He's currently 5th in real time. 6th if Cotton gets right by him as he's currently on the inside. Oh, crash off turn number 2. John McKeown and I believe Cohen Evans. It's also Cohen Evans with 11 laps to go. We're going to be having ourselves a little bit of a shootout here. So we'll see. It looks like McConnell just slid up the track very quickly. Yeah, John McKeown, in a sense, had the line, but it was just very quick acceleration, worn tires, and he drifted up. So it happens. Unfortunately, Cohen Evans is involved in this wreck with 11 laps to go. So we'll see. 9 laps to go at the moment. So we should be getting the 1 to go signal with about 7 laps to go. So essentially we only have a 1 shot at this shootout. Lights across the start-finish line will remain on as we are now at 8 laps to go. So at this point it is officially going to be a 1 chance. So at the start-finish line, 8 laps to go, 7 laps to go actually. Lights are out. So I have a 6-lap shootout here with Byron Daly in the lead. So pace car will be pulling off, putting the field in control of Byron Daly. 6 laps. And Byron Daly is down and away. Green flag is out. And already Buchanan moves to the inside. Look at Ryan Kish. trying to defend the third place position, but it will not work. Any caution from here on out, the race is over, and it will end under caution. Oh, down to the inside goes Chad Frankenfield for the 5th place position. Cotton Bommersbach retains 5th place just from running his line. Frankenfield, Seidenfaden, top side. Frankenfield inside. They make contact. Seidenfaden, hard shot into the outside wall. He keeps moving forward, however. But he's going to be losing multiple positions here in just a few moments as he almost gets into the wall. And someone who's for sure in the wall as the race is over at this point. Chris Matthews and Matthew Warner taking a huge tumble on the back straightaway. The race is over at this point. I could be interviewing Will Roberts pretty early on, as it looks like Warner just slid up way too quickly, unfortunately. So again, it could be chalked up to the tires. So Byron Daly is going to be your winner here of this second race, or second twin race, I should say, here for the night. And we'll see if Will Roberts is available here to actually talk to us. We are on 3 laps to go, I believe, this time around. Nope, 2 laps to go. Sure if Roberts is available at the moment. No, he is not, so we'll hold off on that in just a few moments. But Byron Daly, white flag this time around, I believe. And it is. So we're on the final lap, as you can see. Oh, Daly just lost connection. Oh, man. That'll not be the first time that a driver, at least from the Drivers' World Championship Series, has lost their connection in the lead. Happened in an official race once. It's going to be Byron Daly, Mitch Walker, Zachary Buchanan, Ryan Kish, Kyton Bommersbach, Chad Frankenfield, Jack Endrick, Cade McKee, and Chris Seidenfaden running out your top 10 here. And the rest of your field will be as follows here in a few moments, as Byron Daly comes across the start-finish line, wins race number 2 at Richmond. Byron Daly going to throw it into the corners. Oh boy, up. Nope, the outside wall. Oh, I think he barely avoided that. I believe Will Roberts is also joining in. Yep, over in the grass. That's kind of boring. Can't see anything in the grass. So go over your top 10 once again here, as that's the wrong display order, I believe. No, it is not. It's actually correct. So let's see. We have Byron Daly, Mitch Walker, Zachary Buchanan, Ryan Kish, Kyton Bommersbach, Chad Frankenfield, Jack Endrick, Cade McKee, Will Roberts, who will be interviewed here in a few moments, and Chris Seidenfaden. Again, we will not be going towards a commercial break. We'll straight up interview Will Roberts and Byron Daly. John Wilco finishes 11th, 12th. Chris Matthews, 13th. John Martin, 14th. Matthew Warner, 15th, is Marshall Stanley. Evan Adams, John McKyon, Cohen Evans, Tyler Dolger, and Andrew Hewson round out your 16th through 20th positions. And your final 9 drivers are Michael Hurley, Travis McQuiston, Danny Roberts, Matt Hollabaugh, Don Runkle Jr., Nick Cohan, Brendan Minto, Michael S., and Brian Greenlee. So stand by in a few moments. We'll not be going to a commercial break. We're going to continue talking here, and we're going to start with Will Roberts here, since he did win the first of 2 twin races. So we'll hold off on going to a commercial break. We'll see if we can get Will Roberts in here, though, in just a few moments, and then we'll go to Byron Daly for his interview. So a little bit of delays here, unfortunately, and we should be able to get it corrected here in just a couple of moments, and we are good. So we'll see if we can get Will Roberts in here. Standing by with Will Roberts, just redoing the sound monitoring here on OBS. Congratulations to you, Will Roberts, on your race 1 win here earlier tonight. That was a impressive performance, and of course you did finish 9th in the second race. So unfortunately, not the best race after you hit the outside wall there earlier on, but nonetheless, they come away with the win here. Is there what was the difference between the track temperatures here for these 2 races, or the track handling, I should say?
The 2 races, the handling was fairly similar for the most part. It was a little more gripped up in the second one, but it was, I mean, you were at the edge of grip no matter what, so it wasn't that different.
Yeah, that's pretty understandable heading into essentially next week at Chicagoland. What are you expecting there? Because that's pretty much going to be one of the 2 D-shaped ovals here that's going to be raced in this season.
Next week in Chicago, I think we're going to see a pretty good show. It's going to be very one lane. It's going to be another track that's hard to pass. We've had a lot of those this season. I think it'll be good. I think it's really going to be a driver's.
I'll see what happens there for next week. Good luck on next week, at least, for sure. Before I go ahead and let you go, anyone that you'd like to give a shout out to for your race, or for your twin race number 1 win here for the night?
I just want to give a shout out to my teammates, Evan, Mike, and Cade, and I want to give a shout out to everybody that comes out and makes everything as good as it is.
I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Congratulations again on your race 1 win.
Thank you.
So that was the 20 of Will Roberts, and we are standing by once again with Byron Daly, who just seems to be on a little bit of a podium streak here lately, because he hasn't, I don't think he left the top 3 for pretty much this entire season, Byron.
Yeah, things have been going really well. I think every race I've started have been top 3, and I struggled with traffic here tonight. I'm a little disappointed in how my race one went. It was I couldn't really do anything behind Will there, but Chad was capable of making passes, so I need to go back and study how he was able to do that. But yeah, it's been a good season so far, so I can't really complain.
And it's been a wonderful season for you, for sure. For before we ask about next week, any thoughts on this race? At least a comparison between race 1 and race 2 in terms of temperatures. Did you feel any difference, or did the tires feel like they've worn it down more? Or just any difference in general?
Well, I'll be honest. Like at night, the race 2 definitely had more grip. The car, I was up front, and I never was up front in race 1. So when I say up front in clean air, I felt freer in race 2, but it could have been just the clean air. Like it was easier. It felt like if I really tried, I could have spun the car out in race 2. But in race 1, I was just really tight. I couldn't really do anything with the car to get it loose if I wanted to.
Yeah, it's interesting for sure, especially with a track as small as this, and especially killing the entire right front tire. But heading into next week at Chicagoland, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, big mile and a half. It'll be fun. It's always nice to have room to move around. So try to stay out of the dirty air. But it'll be tough too because it's hard to pass for a while, especially at a Chicagoland, a Fontana. Like if depending on the setup, the leader can kind of hang the bottom line for a while. So it takes a lot of patience to pull off that pass for lead. But it's gonna be a blast. I think it'll be a good broadcast. I think you guys have fun watching it.
And it's going to be quite interesting for sure. So before we go ahead and let you go, anyone that you'd like to give a shout out to for your twin race number 2 win here for the night?
Just thanks to Will and the guys at Fuel for putting this league on. It's fun to race. I know I say that every week, but it is fun to race. Thanks to you for putting on the broadcast. Congrats to Will, race 1 win. It hated to see him have some bad luck in race 2, but glad he got him one. So, it's been fun.
We are going to go ahead and let you go. Congratulations again on your race 1 win, or sorry, race 2 win here for the night.
Thank you.
And that was Byron Daly. So congratulations to both him and Will Roberts. I don't believe Byron Daly got the memo that we're not doing a Chicagoland broadcast due to timing reasons. So, yeah, I was going to tell him, but I don't want to disappoint him right away. So hopefully if he watches this back, then he'll know. Before we sign off, though, as per usual, we're going to go through our upcoming races. This week is, ironically enough, Chicagoland for the Flat Racing League's the Cage Cup Series over on Sundays at 8:40 p.m. Eastern Time. It will be a couple weeks of a break, however, after Chicagoland. The next race will be at least a 1-week break. Next race after Chicagoland is on the 14th of April at the usual time, 8:40 p.m. Eastern Time. And then the Red Light Scrambler Series heads to Las Vegas at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, about 8:05 p.m. Eastern Time, for their Vegas round here in their playoffs. It's going to be quite interesting to see what plays or what comes of that. And so it's going to be their first of 2 races in that second round. And then after that, it's going to be the next week, the week after next. It will not be Chicagoland, but it will be the actually, we don't have a picture of that, but it will be the Long Beach circuit there for a couple in 2 weeks' time, or 1 week's time, I should say. Nope, 2 weeks from now. So 2 weeks from now will be the Long Beach Twin 80 lap races. We're not doing Chicagoland next week due to timing reasons. So hopefully that is understandable. It will be the same with the Charlotte Oval race that has also been removed as, again, timing reasons as well. So unfortunately, we will not be able to broadcast those races, but we will mention the results within the next week. So as we sign off, as per usual, I have been Gary Weaver, and it's just been a wonderful race here at Richmond, and it's going to be a very interesting next few days here on the Racing Line Broadcasting Network. So thanks everybody once again for watching, and we hope to see you the next time we do a broadcast here. I have been Gary Weaver, and I am signing off here from Richmond. Good night.